I am
You
very
are
fine,
fine?
I bless God.
Okay. Great. That's awesome. Somebody else should please respond. Mr. Manasseh, how you doing? Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Sam Peters.
Mm. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's meeting. I'm so excited to be your host tonight. You can tell by the energy in my voice and the joy in my face. I'm very excited to be here. Yes, hello, Mr. Manasseh. You're looking very good. Why are you looking tired?
Thank you.
Welcome. Good evening, everybody. So I'm very excited. Don't worry, this energy is contagious. By the end of today's call, you'll be as excited as I am. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I'm so excited to be here. I'm happy to be on this call. I'm happy to be your host today and to welcome you to the last day of the um the last day of this initiative that we have started. It's an initiative by Anagkazo Ministries to empower global ambition and help young people navigate pathways to international scholarship. Before now, we have had three other sections. It's supposed to be four classes or four sessions. We have had three other sessions by amazing persons that helped us talk about scholarship to other places in the world, to different places in the world. We had had somebody talked about the US scholarship. I've had scholarship to the UK. Last week we did the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, and today we are going to be doing the DAAD scholarship to Germany. And I bet you are in for an exciting time. You are in for an exciting time. Few things to note. I think you have your writing pad. I have mine. I'm going to be taking lots of notes today. I wish every other person is having a writing material, a writing pad, and a pen to take lots of notes. Secondly, this floor is a no judgment zone, and by no judgment zone, it means you can ask every and any question. So write down your question, bring them on, ask all the questions. Our facilitator for tonight is kind enough, and he will be answering all the questions that will be presented today. So don't feel like, oh, maybe my question is too sensitive. Please ask the sensitive questions, ask the intelligent questions, ask difficult questions, ask the not so sensitive questions, ask the straightforward questions, ask the simple questions, ask every question. Just bring them bring them on, ask all the questions you can ask. Like I said, if you no judgment zone, we are allowed to ask all the questions we can ask so that we can get all the clarity that is needed make this um, to make the goal for this initiative a success. Once again, my name is Great Sam Peters. You can call me Sam. I am excited. I'm your host for the night, and I'm privileged to be your host. And this initiative is an initiative of Anagkazo Ministries. Anagkazo Ministries is a church in the city of Abuja. It's a church in the city of Abuja that is committed that her members are equipped and are competent all round. The Anagkazo Career Hub is geared at equipping people to be competent representative of the kingdom in various capacities so that very soon, if you belong to the Anagkazo Career Hub, you will hear us talk about how to write a good CV, how to apply for a job, how to improve your work ethics. And this arrangement that we have done in the month of August/September to help people navigate pathway to help people navigate pathway to scholarship, to international scholarship, is just one of the good initiatives that will come from Anagkazo Career Hub. Like I say, Anagkazo Career Hub is a gift that keeps giving, and you will be dulling. Sorry to use the word, but you'll be dulling to not remain in the Anagkazo Career Hub because before the ending of the year, there are exciting packages that we're going to be rolling out. Exciting packages that we're going to be rolling out. If you even belong to the WhatsApp group, every day there are job opportunities, scholarship opportunities, one opportunity or the other that is being posted on the WhatsApp group. So the link to the WhatsApp group is going to be pasted on the chat, and I will encourage everybody to be a part of the Anagkazo Career Hub so that you will not miss out. So that you will not miss out. You will see subsequent programs and you will participate from them. Thank you so much. I'll be going straight to the agenda for the day. I'm going to be introducing our speaker. Is already on the call. Our speaker for today is no other person other than Chukwuka Humphrey Onu. I'm going to give a brief um, introduction or a brief description of our speaker, then we kickstart. Chuka Humphrey Onu is a resourceful engineer who has strong team spirit, superb interpersonal skills, and enthusiasm with a burning desire to prefer innovative ideas in solving the ever-increasing global energy problem. He is also a quick learner, having sound background knowledge in energy engineering, renewable and conventional energy, adaptable adaptable to positive changing work situation, and determined to build high level of technical and managerial competence by constant personal development while contributing effectively to the growth of the organization at the same time improving on the job at a appreciable rate within the limited time. Humphrey is Humphrey is currently a student of the Technical University Berlin studying process and energy engineering and currently a DAAD scholarship currently on that scholarship. Prior to this, I prior to this, he has also completed a master degree in offshore and subsea engineering under the Shell Center of Excellence Scholarship at the River State University, Port Harcourt. Humphrey is a believer who is passionate about all-round development and scalability of believers in their workplaces to be competent representative of the kingdom wherever they find themselves. If you are in the church, the way they used to end this kind of introduction, they will say, "With Jesus joy and with a clap offering." Can we welcome Humphrey to the stage? So, can we celebrate Humphrey as he comes on stage today to take over? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pastor Sam Peters, for that introduction. Thank you for everyone that is in this meeting and that is opportunity to join this meeting. I would also create your indulgence that you should, in as much as we are recording the section, I would also want you to share the link to your friends and family to invite them to this opportunity. Yeah, thank you, Chinedu, for that warm welcome. Pastor Sam Peters, I'm going to share my screen now, and I've made you a co-host to this call. So please, you are going to be admitting people to the call. I might not have the time to admit people into the call. So yeah, you just help me to admit people into the call. Thank you so much. So we're going to kickstart this evening. I'm going to just encourage us a little, then you go ahead to what we have this evening. Yeah. So if you go to the participants, you can, admit people. Thank you so much. So I'll be sharing my screen right now. One moment, please. Okay. Can you see my slide? Let me know if you can see my slide.
Yes, sir, we can see it, sir.
Very well.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. I can see it.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Okay. Now, this is a wonderful picture. Somewhere in Germany, Berlin. It's called the Brandenburg Gate. Brandenburger Tor is a very historic building in Germany, like a place. People go there for sightseeing, but it's just like a gate separating the East and West Berlin. I don't want to go into history right now. So this gate was separating the East and West Berlin, and it's a long time ago. There are a lot of history behind it. You can go about Brandenburger Tor. So Greeting you in German. Guten Tag. Good evening. Someone is laughing at me. So yeah, so we're going to be talking about DAAD, the Deutsche Akademische Ausschnitt, German Academic Exchange Service. That is the English version of it. So Pastor St. Peters have done a brief background about myself. Not going to say anything about myself again. You know all about me, but I'm just going to do a recap. I graduated from Federal University of Technology, Owerri. My bachelor's degree, I studied petroleum engineering. If you're in the call and you studied in the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, can you drop a high five? Or in the chat button, you can say something. Yeah. So I proceeded to continue my master's degree in offshore subsea engineering. I got a scholarship with Shell Center of Excellence, and I continued further in my academic career. I'm currently doing a master's degree in process and energy engineering, Technical University Berlin. So we're going to be running through various contents today. I'll be sharing some powerful nuggets on education, something we know, and the success process. We're going to have a review of the DAAD scholarship, the DAAD awards, the master's, PhD, selection criteria, submitting an application. I'll tell you my story and you ask your questions. So yeah, there are various words that have been spoken about education. Not just education is not about just going to school. It's beyond going to school, you know. It's about equipping yourself with the right knowledge. Studying your Bible is education. You know, learning something is education. You are learning. It's a continuous process. Your education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it. So if you want to make good of your tomorrow, you can start now to prepare for it, both in your workplace, if there are relevant skills that are required for you to improve on your workplace. So the earlier you start preparing for it, you know, the better for you. There's one comment that strikes me very much. He said, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. Some of us want to apply for scholarships abroad, but we don't have our international passport. So the secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks and then starting on the first one. Some of us want to travel abroad, we want to get scholarships, but you are overwhelmed. Every day you think about it, oh, I want to get an international scholarship, but you have not made the steps to, the steps to get to that place. You break down the steps. So what are the things required? What am I required to get? I start getting it. First, I have to get my international passport. Second, I have to ask questions. What kind of scholarship? What country am I going to be in? What area of study or research am I focused on? Benjamin Franklin says something. He said, an investment in knowledge pays the best. So the more you invest in knowledge, the better you become. You know, you might feel you're not adding something to yourself, but the more you invest in knowledge, the Bible says, study yourself, study to show yourself approved, like a workman that need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2 verse 15. So you get yourself. The Bible says that your profiting might appear to all. So if you invest in knowledge, we all see it, people see it. The root of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. It's difficult. It's difficult. The process to getting your dreams, sometimes it looks very difficult, but the fruit is sweet. You will not count it. Please let me in the chat button that you can hear me and you can hear me fluently. You can hear me fluently. I want to know that you're with me. You can unmute and say something. Yes, I'm with you. Okay, thank you, Manasseh.
Yes, I am with you. We can hear you so clearly.
Okay.
Yes, we are with you. We can hear you.
So, So John C. Maxwell, talked about the success process. He mentioned something. He said, your dream determines your goals. Your goals map out your actions. Your actions create your results. Some people have dreams and they don't set goals. One of my youth presidents then, he said, vision without action is television. So when you have goals and you don't actualize on the goals, you want to do this and you don't do them, you just for sightseeing. You write down the goals and you just look at it and you don't put actions to it. So actions create results. So why am I sharing us this evening? So if you are determined within yourself, okay, I have a dream to continue my master's degree. I have a dream to become the best accountant in the world. I have a dream to be this, to be that, so you first of all, you should have a roadmap that will help you achieve your goals. And this roadmap will guide you into your actions, and the actions consistently done will create a wonderful result. And this result brings you to your success. Am I communicating? So now let's move over to the DAAD scholarship. You can see from the other side, you see that there are 3 people. This picture was gotten from the DAAD website. That supports over 100,000 German and international students in getting for scholarships all around the world, and this makes them the world's largest funding organization. Yeah, that's true. They fund people from different parts of the country, different part of the world, Africa, Asia, South America, name it. And also why in Germany, as a German, they also fund you. Even in school, we have what we call the Deutschland Stipendium. Is Deutschland Stipendium. So yeah. So also that scholarships are aimed primarily at graduates, doctoral students, and postdoc. And I believe that we all know what postdoc means. It's postdoctorate students. Okay, so, and this is someone from Africa that got that scholarship. So research, that awards are in various categories. We have the research grants that are given to doctoral candidates for like 1 year from almost all countries of origin. We also have the grants for full doctoral programs in Germany offered for PhD students. We also have the scholarship for the master's degree program. So I'll be taking us around these scholarships, the doctoral program and the master's degree program. Do I have people that if you're aspiring for a master's scholarship, please drop on the chat button master's scholarship. If you're aspiring for a PhD scholarship, drop on the chat button PhD scholarship. Sorry, I like to be, yeah, okay, masters, okay. Masters, okay, masters, wow, no PhD. Okay, so I'll focus more on the masters, and okay, Mana say MSc and PhD. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll touch all around, so let's proceed. So a comprehensive database of the DAAD scholarship is here. I'll share the link in the chat button so you can have a look. Okay, this is can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, this is just like a scholarship database for DAAD. The scholarship database. This is just for MSc. So we'll be walking through this. I'll take us round through this because I've had people complain about that they don't know how to navigate the DAAD website. It's very difficult. I understand. Even me, when I started at first, it was difficult, but to God be the glory. We are here. So now the DAAD Master Scholarship. So if you're aspiring for MSc scholarship, please pay attention to this. We have various requirements. You must have completed your bachelor's degree not more than 6 years before your application. We look at you must have a curriculum vitae, mostly Europass CV. If you were here last week, Saturday, we mentioned the Europass CV. It's very important when you're applying for any program in Europe. We have your letter of motivation, which is same as motivation letter, which is same as statement of purpose, your DAAD form, which comprises of about your study profile. For example, the DAAD form is where you have, okay, you say, I intend to study in Technical University Berlin, Technical University Munich, Technical University Darmstadt, and you put it there. You also put your maybe course of study and so forth. Yeah, and your passport is important. As I mentioned, your transcript is important. So these are the things you should look out for. Do I have my transcript? Your proof of internships. For example, you did your undergraduate internship somewhere, or you're currently working. Your extracurricular activities is very important. These are part of the requirement. For example, you are serving in a church unit, is an extracurricular activity. You know, they count it as an extracurricular activity. You belong to a group, say Rotary Club, name it, SDG, you're involved in one or two things, NYSC, you're probably in your CDS, when you're doing your mandatory military service, you have some activities. You can coin it out as an extracurricular activities. Recommendation letter is required, but not a must. There are programs that doesn't require recommendation letter, but the people that require recommendation letter for PhDs, proof of necessary language skills. For example, English, there are programs that require English tests, and then some don't require. You also can get a proof of English language from your university. Then additional master's degree, for example, someone that wants to have a master's degree and want to go for another master's degree, you have to, show them that, okay, this is the reason why I'm going for another master's degree. You have a form to fill for that. So let us play around this so that we'll see how to search for a master's scholarship. I just want to walk us through this. So this is finding scholarships. You see now, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So now I select country.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I select country and say graduates. Select country, Nigeria. Subject area. For example, let me use engineering. Or let me leave it none. Then your intention is to study. Maybe I'm looking for that funding programs. There are other programs in Germany. Aside from that, let me uncheck and refine my solution. So you see, we have 37 scholarship options for people. You can see that we have scholarship option for those in the field of architecture. You can see we have scholarship for those in field of fine art, design, visualization, communication. We have scholarship options for those in the field of music. We have EPOS scholarship for everybody. So you have 37 scholarship options. So let me use it discipline specific. For example, myself, I'm an engineering. Okay, let me remove this and use that funding alone. That funding alone. That funding alone. You see that funding now, we have only 9 scholarship options. So you see. So, and this another scholarship, this another scholarship, and this is the one I got, Nigerian German postgraduate training program. I got this, and this is another one that is very good. Most Nigerians get this and this, this and this, and other ones. So this is the DAAD scholarship. So if you click on, for example, let me use, let me use this. Let me use this, yeah. This is Leadership for Africa program for Chad. So you have to play around this. You have to read the objectives, who can apply, then what can be funded, the value of the scholarships, then look at the application requirements, what is required, which I have mentioned, application procedure. These are the application procedure. You can see that this scholarship, the deadline was June 9th. See, June 9, 2023. So the deadline next year will be around this period, 2024. If you're applying for 2025 scholarship, you're going to be in Germany in 2025. So the deadline for the application will be June 9, 2024. So that is it. So I'm coming. So also now, some people will ask, how do I know the international program I should apply for? Am I going to learn in German? So if I click this link takes me to international programs in Germany. Please tell me you're following. Write in the chat box, I'm following. I can see. I will share the link.
Yes, sir, we are following.
Okay. This is scholarship database. And this is the link for the international program. So now let me look for example now. The language of instruction. Let me say I'm looking for a course, master's degree. I take it. Then field of study. I select field of study. I select engineering. Sorry, I'm using engineering now. Use another field. Okay, let me use agriculture. Then, so subject area. Okay, agriculture. Just leave it open. Then leave the location, mode of study, full-time. You see, course language, English. Some can be English and German. You can see I have 3 schools here. You can see this school is a master's degree. Why is this showing me engineering? Sorry. Oh, sorry. So this site, when you play around it, I'm trying to reset. This is like a previous search I did. So I have to reset it. Then, okay. So let me do another search. Master's degree, field of study, agric and nutritional sciences, subject area. Let me leave it open. Then English taught and mode of study, full on-site. You see, we have a range. From this site will help you to select courses. You can go through, you can click on one, see their requirements. Okay, see this Masters in Agriculture and Food Economics for those that studied at the University of Bonn. If I click on it, while I'm taking my time to go through this, I know that many people have had difficulties in navigating through this. What are the requirements? You can see is overview. You can see the requirement, language requirement, program duration, the beginning, when to apply, what is required. Then you can come here, you can see cost details. You can also see cost and funding. You can see that you see in Germany, there is no tuition free. There is no tuition fee in Germany. German schools, 90% of German schools are tuition free schools. You can see it, tuition fee per semester, none. You can see it. So cost of living, it will also even give you the cost of living on that city, how you can live, the kind of what can live with, you know. So if you see the cost of living for students in Bonn is around 800 euro to 1,000 euro. So this is if you're living large or large, if you're living large. If you're living large, you can spend, when I mean living large, you understand what I mean. So you can see all this, you can look at the requirements for the university and all that. So basically for that, so I continue. Yeah, then this is the benefits of a master's degree scholarship. You have the master's is always for 2 years, 24 months. The language course, the DAAD scholarship sponsors you for a language course about 4 to 6 months, where they give you an apartment and, you know, pay for the apartment. You are there going to a language school every day to learn German language. So they pay you now around 34 euros per month. This was increased due to the war. They cover your health insurance. You don't have to pay health insurance every month again. They cover your health insurance. If you like, cut your leg, the doctor will fix it. So it's already paid. So they have also one-off study allowance, 460 euros every month. Sorry, every year. So you have the month rent subsidy. For example, if you're living in a place where your house rent is 500 euros, that scholarship can subsidize your rent, and, you know, okay, in that 500 euros, they will refund you 200 euros every month or 150, depending on your location. So the monthly allowance for accompanying family, for example, sorry, if you have wife and children, they pay your wife about 400 euros every month, you know, for just joining you, you know, to be in Germany. She gets 400 euros every month. Your children get about, I think, 200 euros. They call it Kindergeld and the rest. So even if you take a German language exam test, they can reimburse you. You see, there are a lot of benefits. So for that PhD scholarship, you can see the requirements here. You have to have some list of publications, maybe have some conference papers. You must have a master's degree. And exceptional cases, they look at bachelor's degree. You must have a very good detailed research proposal. You would also have a letter confirming supervision from a supervisor. You have to get a supervisor, and you have to write a letter, you know, confirming that I'm going to supervise you. You need to also have a module plan. A module plan is like a breakdown of how you want your research to go. You also have proof of existing contacts. They need to see a proof that you have contacted with your supervisor. Okay, you wrote a mail to him. You have to print out those mails. And yeah, they also need your transcripts of your studies, and also recommendation letters. Recommendation letters is mandatory for PhD scholars. So I'm going to show us some important things about the PhD requirements. So you can still hear me, right? Can you write on the chat? I can hear you. I'm following.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. I can see you. Thank you, Manasseh. Thank you, James. Thank you. I proceed. Okay, research grants for doctoral programs. You know, there are a lot of research grants, and I've told us about the requirements, you know, the procedure, and what you benefit as, okay, I'm coming to PhD. So this is the site for the requirements. I'm going to share it. The requirement procedure, what is required. And this is not what I want to show us. Also, there are other ways to other PhD grants. This one is just for the DAAD scholarship. So you can also use this database. let me take us back here. Moment, please. Okay. So for those looking for a PhD, this is not what I'm sure it was. Okay, let's proceed out. Okay, take us back here. Okay, now you can also do that search for a PhD. For example, you select your country, select the subject area. Let me use engineering this time. Then study research doctorate program. Are you seeing it? Then I refine my solution, and you can see I have 11 scholarship for PhD. 11 scholarship for PhD. You can see research grants, short-term grants, one-year grants, research grants, doctorate programs in Germany. In Germany, you can see for PhD. So basically, so if you get this site, you can use it to search for other. So there are other PhD grants I also want to show us. So you can go through this website, see PhD in Germany. You can see there is a grant here. There is a scholarship here for Faculty of Psychology, Institute of Clinical Psychology. You can see the PhD student, sustainable methanol synthesis for feed gases from co-electrolysis. You can also see another one. So this is, you can see several PhD positions. So most persons don't have idea about all this. You can see Max Planck Institute of Biochemistry. So we are not restricted. Somebody will say, oh, it's engineering. That's not true. You can also get PhD fundings in other areas. So you can refine your searches here. You can type a keyword and do your search here. So I'll continue with the presentation. So now the benefits for PhD scholarship. The PhD scholarship spans about 48 months, which is possible for extension. The DAAD covers you for the language course 4 to 6 months. They pay you a stipend of about 400 euros every month while you're in a language course. What they just need you to do is go to school and come back. Go and learn the language and come back. They also give you 1,200 euros per month. They cover your health insurance every month. As I said, if you, for example, like myself, I came to Germany, I wasn't wearing glasses anyway. So suddenly I developed some problems, not really problems, but my eyes started paining me, and I went to the doctor, and he checked me and did all his diagnosis and requested that I wear a lens. And after the whole stuff, the health insurance covered it. They paid for I paid for it, and they refunded me back. So it makes life easier for you. So they have also a one-off allowance of 460 euros, monthly rent subsidy. I also mentioned monthly allowance for accompanying family. Your wife gets 400 euros per month, and your child gets kindergarten, about 230 euros per month. So they also reimburse you the fee for a test DAF exam. So what is the DAAD scholarship selection criteria? For master's criteria, they will look at your academic qualifications, your CGPA, how your research, your previous research experience meets what is currently ongoing with you, your quality of your study project, what you intend to study. If you intend to study wildlife conservation, and then you're studying wildlife conservation, what is the quality, what things have you gotten? So that also pay attention to your work experience, For example, now I'm studying, I had a bachelor's degree in petroleum engineering, and I want to switch to go and study computer science or computer engineering. Now, in the UK, it's very easy. Just apply and get admission. they're after your money. But in Germany here, I need to have some relevant work experience in computer engineering. So that is where what the things we have been doing plays a role. You build it along, to help you. So they also look at the potential of the applicant. The potential of the applicant focuses more on your what? On your motivation letter, your letter of motivation, your career goals, your career prospects, how significant is your research study in your country or in Germany, your extracurricular commitment. You see, they pay attention to also your extracurricular commitment. What are the things you do? Your volunteering experience, what are the things you do? So also for PhD, they look at your academic qualifications, your transcripts, your degree, your master's degree, your bachelor's degree, your papers, conference attendance, your publication. They also look at the quality of your research project. Is your research proposal original? Did it come from you? How relevant is it to your country and also to Germany? And also they also look at your choice of institution. Why did you choose the institution you're going for? The feasibility and consistency of your study plan, they look at that. In the potential of applicants, they look at the contribution to knowledge you are going to make from your research as a PhD applicant, your contribution to knowledge. They look at your motivation letter and whatnot. So submitting an application, you have to get all your documents ready first. You have to get all your documents ready. And if you get all your documents ready, you register in the DAAD portal. There is a guideline to follow while registering in the DAAD portal. Okay. I'm trying to open this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Oh, shit. This is not what I wanted. I'll show us the guidelines. Sorry for the delay. I'm just trying to look for something. Okay. Can you see my screen? So this is the guideline. This is the guideline. These guidelines, some people don't know, oh, how can I do this? These are the guidelines. If you go through these documents, it guides you step by step on how to follow and what to do, what not to do, how to upload documents, and every document required for that, please open with an Adobe Reader. Don't use Microsoft Edge, open with Adobe Reader, because if you open it with Microsoft Edge, you will not see anything. It's empty. So you have to, first of all, when you create the link, register and look for your program, you can see in this place, okay, here, you click this link and register. After registering, you go to your personal funding. Some people don't know that if you follow this guideline, it will guide you on what to do. You download the form, complete the form. After filling the form, you now upload your documents, and it's very easy. There are different DAAD scholarships and different requirements. This is just one of them. This is just one of them. I want to continue sharing my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you saying?
That scholarship, submitting an application.
Okay, thank you. So now, for those that are applying for PhD, you have to request recommendation form. When you get the recommendation form, your recommenders will now write your recommendation letter and you send it by post. You apply through that portal. And also, please always go through these important informations. There are a lot of frequently asked questions. So you can see, I'll share all this link with us. So you can see the requirements for the scholarship, all the questions that people ask. Is there an age limit? I finished my university degree or started my doctorate long ago than the application requirements specify. Am I still eligible to apply? All the answers are here. Different kind of question. I have dual citizenship. Which country should I apply? You see all the questions. Then some people ask questions about, letter of motivation. What does it mean? You can see they give a brief, detailed information on what they look out for in motivation letter. So we can see there, right? They look at your educational skills and knowledge. They look at your academic motivation. They look at reasons for applying for your scholarship. They look at your personal interest. So you see, if you tick all these boxes, you're going to get this. Some people don't know about these links. They don't know it. So I'm just showing you that so that you see it with all knowledge. So these are the things that we did, we focused on. I believe you can see my screen very well, right? Like, it's very clear on your end. You can read the details.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see, for those that are looking for how to write a research proposal, they also have a structured way that the stuff they're looking for in your research proposal should be. There is a structured way, and all these questions need to be answered. When they are answered, believe you me, you're in to get the scholarship. So planning your project, what and what you need, when you're planning your master's degree, what and what you need, how to writing your applications, how do I apply for a DAAD scholarship? They have everything here listed out. I have mentioned almost all of them. And the selection procedure, who makes the decision, you have to contact the teacher. So you see questions, people are asking these questions. Some people even asked about the scholarship benefits, So when you go through this website, you'll be able to have, let me share it on the chat. Okay. You'll be able to have an overview of all the questions, you want to ask, how to come with your family members, what and what is given, the rent subsidy and the rest, all whatnot is in here. So I'm going to tell you my story. So are you excited to hear my story?
Yes, sir.
If you're excited to hear my story, please can you write on the chat button? I want to hear your story. So no one wants to hear my story. Okay, Chinedu, he said he's interested. Okay, that's nice. Loy says she wants to hear my story. Okay. Okay, thank you. Interested, yeah, good. I'm motivated to tell my story. So I started, looking for scholarships abroad, and then I applied for PTDF scholarship. I know most of us know about the scholarship. For the first time I applied, I selected UK and I didn't go through. And the second time I decided to change country, to Germany, because I observed so many things. I was able to observe the trend and whatnot, and I decided to go for Germany. And I got started. First, I got my international passport. It was a crazy story to get an international passport, especially in Lagos. That office at Obalende there. Is it Obalende? Yes. Very funny set of human beings. So yeah, I was able to get my passport after 2 to 3 months of waiting and paying extra money for express. And still, I don't know, the express, they carried it to Cotonou. So yeah, so finally I got to the interview stage. I was shortlisted, and I got PTDF scholarship. And the criteria for those going to Germany is that you have to apply for that. There is a synergy between that and PTDF. So I have to apply for that. And getting ready to apply for that, I started writing my motivation letter. Most of us, they mentioned motivation letter here, and we all saw the trying to move back. Okay. We all saw the requirements for the motivation letter. I showed us here. Let me, okay, here. So we can see it now. Letter of motivation, facts about your educational skills and knowledge. You have to talk about your professional experience, if applicable. You have to do it. Your prizes and awards you've won, your specialized knowledge and skills and language skills, your motivation. Why did you wish to study or take the program you intended to? What appeals you about your choosing university? What do you hope to gain from your stay in Germany? Your reasons for applying for a scholarship. You see what they expect you to answer. Why are you applying for that scholarship? What do you expect of this scholarship? Why will the scholarship help you achieve your academics, professional and personal growth goals, personal interest, your extracurricular activities? So I'm going to show you my 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 personal statement, my letter of motivation I wrote. Sorry, too many tabs. So this is my personal statement of purpose. So now you could see that I started by telling a story. So you own your personal statement. You should tell your story your own way, not ChatGPT. ChatGPT can give you a brief, idea, but more ideas should come from you. So you can see I just leveraged on, okay, I'm studying process engineering, and my first degree was not process engineering. You can see how I started. You can see my screen, right? So as a
Yes, sir.
high school lad, I wondered how processed food are transformed from. So I begin to tell a story. I just told one line of story, see, to drag the reader to, to be interested in what what drove me, what motivated me, and I begin to build it from there. I talked about how I was great in physics and this and this and this, you know. Seriously, I don't think we learned anything related to renewable energy. I know that we mentioned sun and then in Ababu and the rest. So I just tried to put in things, trying to find a course in my course of study in petroleum engineering that suits to what I was doing. And I remember I did a course in final year, process technology. I just bent it, twisted it, molded it well, add flesh to it, you know, I believe I'm communicating, you're following me. So I now begin
Yes,
to
sir.
mention what I wanted to do. You can see here, you can see this line, this paragraph. I begin to mention what I want to do and why I want a degree. You see, so the way I started my story might be different from, you see, now I begin to talk about my professional experience here on the things I have done that will help me to get it. So I also talked about I volunteered for an with an NGO during my NYSC. You see my extracurricular activities here. You see what I did, not just for professional experience, but volunteering. You can see it, I'm highlighting it. Then you see where I now highlighted, thinking of a place to achieve my dreams, Germany comes to my mind. You see, I begin to talk about why I chose Germany. I begin to mention schools that I I intend to study, although I'm currently not in one of the schools, but I begin to mention I've done my research. Why? So now I begin to tell them how this will fit into my career goals and my personal plans, and the rest is history. So that was it. I waited for the decision, and the decision was made. And when the decision was made, sometime in February 2022, I was contacted. I was happy, and I began to get myself ready, started learning the language little by little. Then I got ready for my studies. Believe you me, people that had scholarship can enter Germany without any money. And yeah, I came in with about 300 euros. And the next morning, I was given 400 euros. Like, wow, it's very nice, very sweet. So that takes good care of their scholars, you know. So thank you so much for listening to me. Questions? So the floor is open for questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, sir. That was a very interesting and insightful presentation. Thank you so much. Please, if you have questions, this is the time. The floor is open. This is your opportunity to ask all the questions that you have.
Okay, the Europass CV. I'm going to share the link, and I will also walk us through so that you can see what the Europass CV is all about. Let me get the link. One moment, please. Okay. So check in you can see the Europass CV link, and you can see the Europass CV link, and let me try to open my profile. So that's just one moment. The stuff needs an authentication. Let me open it. Europass. Where is this stuff? Yeah. Hold on, please. I'm trying to log in to the Europass account so that I can show you my, I don't know. Trying to sign in. Okay. I'm sorry, I can't sign in to my account. Don't know why. I can't sign into my account, so we'll continue. Just play around the link. Once you get it, you can log in and do that. So somebody asked a question in the chat, said, can you get the DAAD scholarship without the PTDF scholarship? Yes, as I said earlier, there are various DAAD scholarship. The one I applied for is Nigerian German scholarship. There are various DAAD scholarships. So on the link I shared about finding scholarships, there are various DAAD scholarship. I met some Nigerians that are not PTDF DAAD scholars. They came with Leadership for Africa, that standard. There are various DAAD scholarship. I shared it on the link. Another person asks, do all the DAAD scholarship require IELTS or TOEFL? No, not all. Some require, some don't. So you have to basically look at the requirements. Some also require you to apply direct to the school before applying to DAAD. Like the EPOS scholarship requires that. So you have to do your due diligence by looking at the requirements. Okay, so I'm expecting more questions. So before that, we would like to know where you're joining from, please. Can you type in the chat button where you're joining from? If you're joining from Abuja, let's know, Port Harcourt, Nigeria.
There's
Wisdom,
a question on the
can you apply
there's a
to
question,
multiple DAAD openings? Yes, you can apply to multiple DAAD openings.
there's a question on the chat box that I think we missed. When is the
Okay.
next application for that scholarship starting?
Okay, the next application, there are various times. So I think you also look at for example, PTDF, that scholarship. PTDF is yet to make their decision for 2024. So expect the application for 2025 to start around December. Then PTDF will have to shortlist you before you apply for DAAD. And there are other DAAD scholarships that you can see. For example, Leadership for Africa, the deadline was June 9th. So and June 9th, and it opens like 3 months earlier. That was around, I think I saw it around February or thereabouts, February, March. So for that, Leadership for Africa is another good one. That one is very easy to apply. You just close your eye and submit documents. So that was it. And there are other
Yes, how
scholarships. So you have to look at the scholarships like EPOS. Some of them, their deadline is around this October because school resumes in October. So most of the deadlines are earlier. So you look at the scholarships to check their deadlines. I think most of them have closed. So you have to check them. You can even see from finding scholarships, you can see the current deadline for the current ones. So I will share some of them also in the group chat. As I've answered, can you apply for multiple DAAD scholarship? Yes, you can. How long
okay,
does
how
it
long
take?
does it take to be how long does it take before you are awarded?
Okay, during my own time, I applied for the scholarship around sometime in October, and in February, we got the decision for that. Yeah, we got the decision. So somebody said, sir, I'm unable to get more list for agri-related courses. Can you help me through the search again? To search page again, please. Is it to show you how to do the search or send you the link again? I'm not understanding. Matthew, please, can you make it clear?
Someone is saying, what do you mean by PTDF would have to shortlist you before you apply for that? Or was it a mistake?
No, for Nigerian German scholarship, for Nigerian Germans, this is particularly for Nigerian German scholarship. The criteria there is that you must be pre-selected by PTDF. PTDF is Petroleum Technology Development Fund. So the Petroleum Technology Development Scholarship opens around December, January. Okay, the search, I will send the search again on the WhatsApp group. Thank you. So I want to know where we are joining from. Just a few persons. I'm seeing Matthew, Abuja, Ojo, Port Harcourt. Please, Chinedu, where are you joining from? Young, where are you joining from? Wisdom, where are you joining from? Chisom, where are you joining from? Favor Collins, where are you joining from? Lois, where are you joining from? Manasseh, where are you joining from? Mercy, where are you joining from? Okay, so please, can you add me on the WhatsApp group? For St. Peters, can you take note of this number? Joining from Lagos. Thank you, Redmi 9CS. Okay, I can see you, Lois, joining from Port Harcourt. So please let us ask our question. Okay, I can also you have seen my statement of purpose. Is there any need of sharing it again? Okay, or just said you should be added to. Favor joining from
I
Mark.
think I should just share the link here.
Okay, yeah. If
Let me see.
okay.
So I'm sharing the link. I'll share the link now.
Okay, I will share all the links on the group. So let's ask our question. I expected somebody to ask me about getting admission in Germany. Nobody has asked that. So is basic or fluent understanding of Dutch necessary? In getting admission, no. But some schools require that you have an A1 level of German. Some schools, not all programs. For example, my program, they didn't require, they in the criteria, they just said you have to get a B2 by the end of second semester. But I will tell you, it's not, that B2 is just a grade, it's a credit load, that you have to get. But in getting admission, it's not necessary. But in speaking and communicating with people, it's necessary. Du musst Deutsch sprechen.
What does that mean?
I said you have to speak German.
Interesting.
At what point of your application do you apply to German schools? Okay, now I think it's advisable to get the scholarship first before you start application to German schools, because DAAD doesn't acquire you to, okay, say present an admission letter. No, what they need is once they give you that funding, you can start applying. Where the problem is that they need an admission letter for you for them to give you. They have the interim, like a short award letter and the main award letter. The short-term award letter will help you to get your visa and the rest, but the main award letter will require you to have an admission. For example, for myself, after applying, I did not have an admission, and mostly admission that scholarship is mostly for winter semester. Winter semester starts in October. So the application period for admission for winter semester is around, say, February, March to July, August. So you have that time to get admission. And then there was this clause they put in us. They said, if you don't get admission by August 31st, your scholarship is terminated. So we all got admission before August 31st. So yeah. So by the time we applied, before I left Nigeria, I had already won admission. And I got here, I got like 2. So yeah. Somebody asked a question. Mercy asked a question. What about TOEFL or IELTS? As I said earlier, that scholarship does not require it as a mandatory application. For example, the PTDF Nigerian scholarship is not a mandatory document. The Leadership for Africa is not mandatory. There are some that scholarship that is not mandatory, but there are others that will say, okay, we need a proof of language. Also, in your applying for admission, there are some schools that will say we need a proof of language, but it's also flexible for Nigerians because our language of instruction is English. If you can get a proof from your university, okay, say, oh, my HOD, please, can you write something for me that to show that my language of instruction was English language, it can fly. I did that. What it takes to get admission in Germany? Okay, and application fee. In Germany, to get admission is let's say pretty easy if you have experience in that area, and if you have studied it in your bachelor's, it's easy. So some schools have a portal where they do the admission requirements, while other schools use what we call Uni Assist. I don't know if you've had it. Uni Assist, I'll spell on the chat. Uni Assist. Uni Assist is like a platform where all the German universities, like they belong there, so you can apply to a German university there through Uni Assist when the application period opens, and they have application fee of 75 euros in the Uni Assist. But when you're applying to the university direct, like some university direct, they don't ask for this application fee. Yes, so the Uni Assist will screen your document and send it to the school themselves. Yes. Somebody Ojo asked a question. Okay, I believe I've answered that question in the application process. So you have to go to the school to know that some schools will say, okay, apply through Uni Assist. Some schools will say, apply to our process at so time. These are the requirements we need. This and what we need. Make sure you tick all the boxes and you get the admission. For example, for myself, when I applied to Technical University Berlin, I was scared that I'm not going to get the admission. Why? I did not study chemical engineering, neither did I study electrical engineering, neither did I study mechanical engineering. I had petroleum engineering background, but I leveraged on my experience when I worked in Chevron Nigeria Limited as a process engineer. I leveraged on that experience and used it to do my application. So I just asked the question, say, since public schools are free in Germany, does it mean I can get admission in Germany, move over there and take care of myself without bothering myself about payment in the school? Very, very true, 100%. If what is required of you in coming to Germany is a block account. If you're not going through scholarship, a block account is that the German government expects that you don't become a burden to them. In other words, they expect you to have a particular sum of amount in your account where you can fend for yourself. For example, multiply now €134 by 12. They expect you to have that particular amount in an account where you can fend for yourself. So every month they give you €134. Every month you give €134. So while you're in Germany, you can actually work, can actually do some work, you can do some work, but there's an issue attached to this. The issue attached to this now currently is that the waiting time in the embassy for non-scholarship holders, wow, it's tiring. I'm telling you the truth. You can apply and it gets different, but it's 1 year. 1 year is a must. You must have to wait 1 year. So for example, if I don't want to go for a scholarship, go through a scholarship, and I'm in Nigeria working, and I intend to go to Germany in 2024 October, I can start doing my application for visa right now, and I will have to wait 1 year to get called for. You understand? So to get called for the application period. Although it differs in the visa places, there are different categories. We have category A and category B. Category A gets visa appointment very fast. Category A are those scholarship holders, first class students, then the others fall under category B. So you see, so I got my visa in 2 weeks. I applied and I got everything in 2 weeks because I'm a scholarship holder. I was treated like a king in the embassy. Just came, show me your document. I showed my document. I go. That was it. No questions. So I believe I answered your question, Ojo. So if you intend to study in Germany, there are a lot of benefits that you get here. I must tell you, because you have the ability to work and then study. Like, I mean work, not work like professional jobs, work. Yes. Please, I joined in late, kind of confused here. I studied banking and finance. Am I eligible to apply? Yes, you are eligible to apply. I have friends that studied banking and finance in the same scholarship as me. Yeah. Yes, you are eligible to apply. Please bring more questions. I would like to hear You can unmute yourself and say something, ask a question, ask something related to your field. You ask a question.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Okay, good evening.
Yes, my name is Carl. I'm the one asking all those questions.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so why I'm kind of confused, I joined in late,
Okay.
but I wanted to know, I don't know if it's something is kind of personal, but I don't care. I want something that, if it's something I can apply and I'm not going through scholarship, someone that will help me to, put me through with the process. So maybe after the Zoom meeting, because I'm having a lot of things pressurizing me around, maybe some things to tidy before I join it. So all these things that you have affirmationed, I can't really get, maybe pinpoint some of them, which I think I need someone. Maybe is it something that is a personal something I'm asking? If I
Okay.
can assist me, maybe through you can do one-on-one chat on WhatsApp or email, anyhow. But I just want to put all what I want from this the application. If something that you can assist me, if it's through scholarship or through another way of applying without scholarship, or any way that it will be easier for me. So I don't know if that one will be granted.
Okay, Mr. Carlo, thank you so much for muting yourself and talking. You're the first person to ask questions without typing on the chat box. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So we are going to upload this recording. We've been recording this section from the beginning on our YouTube channel. So you can go to the YouTube channel and watch the recording. However, I'll drop my contact. You can ask me any question. We can also have a chat after watching the recording. If some things are not clear to you, I can also provide insights on it. Thank you.
Contact, are you going to send it to a group, this Zoom meeting?
Yes.
Or
the recording, once it's uploaded on the YouTube channel, we'll share the link on the group, and you can watch it there. Then I'll drop my contact. You can reach out to me after watching the recordings. If you don't get anything, or you still want to ask more questions, like open to questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. What was the name? Sorry.
You said what?
Your name,
My name
sir.
is Humphrey.
Okay, Humphrey, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. More questions, please. More questions.
Humphrey, do the first one get first back. Gas with 1 year. What you saying?
For that is when you don't have a scholarship. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
There's no way around it. There's no maybe like math.
You say what?
There's no way around it.
That is the problem. I think from all indications, I think there's a problem. Nigeria has maybe a bad reputation, so they are trying to cop so many things. But the excuse they keep giving is that they don't have enough staff in the embassy. There are a lot of people applying for the visa to Germany from Nigeria. So, so this is the excuse they give. Yes. So also, I think something else is possible. Are you with me, Wisdom? For example,
Yes, boss, I can hear you.
Yeah, you intend to study in Germany. This is my personal advice. You can do that. And you can also move to any European country to study and then transfer. And you do transfer. Like you transfer, like in Europe, you can transfer ECTS. Like you can transfer credit. For example, let me use Nigeria for instance now. You're schooling in photo and you did year 1 in photo and year 2. Then you want to move to Ghana, maybe Kwame Nkrumah University, to continue electrical engineering, and you now move to Kwame Nkrumah. Instead of you to start year 1 again, you will now start year 2. They will now carry that your result of year 1 to the university, and you continue your studies. So it's possible in Europe. But
To go Germany no easy. To go Germany no easy. Now Europe no easy.
yes, it's possible. Europe is possible. There are countries that their visa waiting period is easier and faster. It was not like this. It wasn't like this 4 years ago. I must tell you, it wasn't like this 4 years ago. I have friends that came here seamlessly 4 years ago. So all these things started just at the beginning of COVID.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm expecting more questions.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very well, sir.
Yeah. For those who don't have like say first class grades, how high are your chances of getting the scholarship?
Very high. So provided you,
Very high.
yes, you have to have a good motivation letter. Your work experience counts. They look at this process holistically. I have friends that have 2-1 and they got the scholarship. They look at your application holistically. For example, can I ask you what did you study in your bachelor's degree, sir?
Electrical and electronic engineering.
Okay, electrical and electronics engineering. And you've worked with, for example, you've worked with MTN or Melwan Cable or which other electrical company do I know? Ebwema Plant PLC, yes. Ebwem Power Plant, yes. And you've worked with these people for like 2 years and you're building your work experience and you have a 2-2. It will fly. So it will fly. So they look, Germany is well focused on do you have a prior knowledge of that particular course you're looking at for? Yeah. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, I understand. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So more question, please. So in the absence of questions, I'll okay. Said what can make the you can unmute yourself and talk, please.
Okay, this is Carlos speaking. So
Okay.
before someone that has studied finance, banking and finance, and has 10 years experience in banking, is there any with a grade of not that higher with 2-1 of first class? Is there any chances of getting this scholarship and also study there?
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
other like you said, the experience mattered in applying to these Germany schools. So maybe is there any way maybe you studied finance and you want to apply for maybe psychology, something like that? Is there any chances?
You have to find a way to blend it in. You understand? You have to find a way. So like maybe you did something related to psychology one way or the other, you have to find a way to blend it in. Yes. But I would say you build a career in banking and finance for over 10 years. So why switch? You should continue in that line because, yeah.
Okay.
So somebody said, can a scholarship be terminated after giving while studying over there? Yes, so yes, it can be terminated though. For example, there is this story I had, there was this guy, he came as a DAAD scholar. because we submit like an annual report. The guy said, as a Nigerian now, he go hustle. He left his studies. He was pursuing money. The guy was pursuing money. He was having 4.0, 5.0, 4.0, 5.0 in his courses. So when we are asked to submit our report every year, you submit your report like grade report, and they look, why is he having 4.0, 5.0? They found out that he was pursuing money. He was having carryovers like receipt, like 4.0, 5.0, like 5.0 is like receipt. You fail the course. 5.0 is like you fail the course. The grading system of Germany is very different, very, very different. For example, they grade from the highest point is the lowest grades. Then the lowest point is the highest grade. For example, 1.0 is like 5.0 in Nigeria, CGPA, So that is how it is. So the guy did it and he lost his scholarship. They found out that he was looking after money. So yes, here you have the opportunity to work 20 hours per week. Or yes. So those scholarship holders, there are restrictions somehow, but you have the opportunity to work. So there is no harm in planning it. Can someone with bachelor's engineering to get the scholarship? I answered that question, yes, with relevant work experience.
How many years does the MSc program takes?
2 years, tentatively 2 years. I said tentatively because it boils
It could be
down
more.
to the candidate, the person that is undergoing the program. For example, now I have seen that some Nigerians spend 3 years doing masters here. Yeah, their program is very flexible in Germany. For example, now flexible in the sense that you can be studying and working. Okay, so I can choose and say, okay, I want to be doing 3 courses per semester or 4 courses per semester, and I do 4 courses and I'm working 4 courses. Next semester I do 4 courses, and the same way that, for example, in Nigeria now people do masters 5 years. I know that is because of the school system, but here you can split your program and say, okay, this is when I want to graduate. Let me just walk it through that way. But there are maximum number of years you can spend in the university, because the university will write you, what are you still doing here? So you can, yeah, basically.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
So I'm expecting a question. Benefit of studying in Germany above another country. Nobody asked that.
So what's the benefit of studying in Germany above other countries?
I think is a thing of choice, but for me, the US is good, very good. Germany is good also. But why I would choose here is because you get the chance to work in the industry, no matter what you're studying, because the language is very important. As I said, du musst Deutsch sprechen, so you have to speak the language. And once you speak the language, I know that most of us have seen Germany trying to, they made some immigration laws, allow people to come into the country to work. I don't know if you have seen that. So there are a lot of jobs here. They want people to work. They need people because there's a gap. Due to all these, people don't like having children, and there is a gap between the working class and the non-working class. The people are getting old and there's nobody to replace them. So they're looking for internationals. So once you can speak the language, you can speak German, and you get into the country with your relevant experience in Nigeria, you can get a job. I mean, full-time job, like full-time job. I know people that once they are done studying, they got a job, well-paying job, they're doing well in the country. So, and this country gives you leverage to work in the industry. For example, most master's programs have an internship. You go to the company to do, even as a banking and finance student. Somebody will say internship are only for engineers. Na lie. Banking and finance, Deutsche Bank will employ you, or Sparkasse Bank will employ you. You work there, you gain some industry experience. You see how the European behaves in the bank. I tell you that their banking system here, there is no queue. I have not experienced queue like all these queue people line up. Yes, you just come to the bank. There are a lot of ATMs around. People just withdraw their money. The only time I've seen a queue, not so long, just very short, something very short, is in the ATM. Aside from the ATM, where you want to go into the bank to do something, you book an appointment with your banking officer. If you want to come to bank, you book an appointment earlier. So when you know that's your time and you not even see. So you learn and get experience. You exposed to the work environment. These are the things that we did not get. You were exposed to the work environment. So somebody said, is there a clause to come back to Nigeria when you are done with the scholarship? For that scholarship, they expect you to go back to your country. They expect, that is the goal of the scholarship. They expect you to go back and implement what you've learned in your country. But, now, first of all, I was speaking to one of our contact person then, and she said something to me. Do you have a job in your country? When you go back, did they have a job for you? I just laughed. I said, if I carry my bag now and say, I want to go back to Nigeria, I have to start applying for jobs like from the beginning again. And she said, oh, I said, yeah, normally the way it should be is that when you go and come back, you have a job and you get into the workforce. And she said, oh, the goal of the scholarship is to, for people to go back to their country, implement the idea. Let us not be selfish. Let us not be selfish by keeping you here. And but we want to stay back. So if you get a job, why not? So that is it. Yeah, Ojo, I think I've answered your question, right?
Okay, yeah, same here. This is Carlos speaking.
Okay.
So let's say someone with difficulty in learning others country language, or maybe lingua franca or any other thing. How long will it take the person to learn German language? Like, I don't want to say smart ones, like the ones that are very difficult in learning other people's language. Like how long?
Okay. I understand your position, Carlo. I believe
Okay.
that you're an Igbo man from the East. I'm
Yes.
also from the East, so I understand. See, I will not tell you. So it's something that you have to put your mind into. I will not tell you lie. The first time I went to a Java class, we just came out and we were just laughing because, my God, what I was hearing, like it was new, but you have to be intentional about it. You have to be very intentional. Then the Muslim guys was very easy to pick it up because they were used to switching language, switching tongues, and the rest. So that time, this your heavy Igbo tongue will now come to play a role when you are speaking the German. So so by the time we give it in, you go home, practice, you do your assignments. In the class, you try to say something. Yes, people will laugh at you, but try to say something. Anyhow, when you go to the street, you try to say something. By the time you are saying it and the person looks at you, you now try to speak your cut and join. Just like a toddler speaking. By the time you speak your cut and join, then you're doing it every day. You're learning because it's not easy. I must tell you, it's not easy. For me, it was affecting with my brain. English is moving forward. German is moving me backward. So English, I am going forward. You're saying you're moving forward. The German language is taking you backward because when they use the modal verb, the verb will be at the ending. So you have to wait for someone to finish saying a sentence before you now make sense out of the sentence.
Yes.
Just like you want to say, I have to write. I have to write. You see, I have to write, and then you wait for the person to say the verb at the end. So but we improved with practice. You have to be listening to German radio. Sometimes you put it on, watch movies in German. But the language course, that is why the language course comes into play. We spent 4 months learning the language. So before the end of the first month, we were able to catch greetings, how are you, wie geht es dir, ich bin good, super, cool, bro. You begin to learn all those things. You begin to learn how to count, 22, you
Yes.
begin to cut the years, and all those stuff. So you keep improving. Basically, that's just it. You have to build the intentionality yourself.
Okay.
Yes. So, any other question? Question. So in the absence of questions, I would like to invite us to church. I'm just going to share my screen. So you can see my screen, yeah?
And where God started as a manner to this by God so that we disciple us into the fullness of God. I'd like to use this opportunity to invite you meet every Sunday 9 a.m. and then on Thursdays by 5 p.m. Just behind the new NFC at opposite place of Princess Estate Church. See you very God bless you.
So I've used this medium to invite you to church. So yeah, we can share the links on the group chat.
Okay.
So much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Humphrey. Thank you so much. Wow. Today there are so many things that we need to unwrap. Thank God the session